I want to talk with you about meeting my parents tomorrow before the wedding. My dad is a pretty strict man, and he has a pretty thick skull when it comes to anything that he doesn't see as proper. I feel as though he might say some pretty rude things to you tomorrow, Luke. But, of course, you don't have to worry too much. I'm sure things will go just fine. Just know that he'll be asking about money and work and all that, so maybe think of some things to say to him just so that you're ready.
It's all right. I understand. He's giving away his important daughter to another man that he's never met in person before. And that can be pretty stressful for him. And I'm sure he doesn't want you with someone he can't trust. So he needs to make sure I have a job that can support us, and the heart to care for you no matter what.
Well, don't think it'll be all that bad, okay? Just make sure that you're prepared for him to give you a hard time. He's just a really stubborn man, and it worries me a little. But deep down, once he's gotten to know you well, he's like a teddy bear.
You don't have to say that. He has a beautiful daughter, and so he has to become stubborn to protect you from all the men that have their eyes on you. And besides, Jenna, your dad is a business owner, right? So he's always been having to stay strict and tough while making sure his company does well.
Well, I think that you're the perfect man for me and can impress my dad, hence me finally showing you to him. But if my dad can just see how much you love me and want to protect me, that'd be enough, I think. Anything else should be fine after that.
I'll do my best.
Also, even though we're meeting tomorrow, he wants to talk with you before that.
Huh? Before we all get together? So he does want to meet today, then?
Yes, I think he just wants to introduce himself now so that you guys can get right to talking when we all meet. That's why I'd like to tell him your contact information right now. Is that okay?
You can, but...
If he says anything weird to you, you can just ignore him, okay? Alright, I'll tell him right now.
Alright then. Thank you. I am Jenna's father, Frank. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys as well. My name is Luke Graves. You should know that I run my own business, right? Yes, I sure do. Of course you do. That must mean you're after my money, correct? I am not at all in this for your money. I have plenty of money myself, so there are no problems there. And the reason that I'm with your daughter is because I plan to love her forever. I can understand that you'd be worried about me, but if you would be kind enough to just take my word for it, then everything would be okay. What's your occupation? You don't seem to be anything like a doctor or a lawyer. That's right, I'm not. But the work I do is very generous to me, so you have nothing to worry about. Are you not going to tell me exactly what you do for a job? Does that mean that the work you do is that repulsive? Not at all, sir. I'd just be more comfortable telling you about my line of work when we meet in person. I'd be able to explain in much more detail everything related to the work I do. And so, I ask that you please wait to hear from me tomorrow. Well, I won't get my hopes up for you. And I will not allow my daughter to marry anyone that's less than middle class. I have a company of my own in my possession, so I can find someone more apt to marry her for me. I just want to say, Jenna has already chosen me to be her husband, and so, seeing you and your wife tomorrow is to show my love and care for her. So I'd be very grateful if you could find it in yourself to trust your daughter's decision. It must take quite a lot of courage for a young man like yourself to talk to me that way. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow. Well then, I'll be preparing myself for tomorrow. I don't want you anywhere near my daughter ever again! You're not allowed to even come close to her ever again in your life, Luke! Do you not even understand what you've just done to me? What you just committed was a crime! A crime, huh? And why do you think that? I was over there to meet you and your wife today before your daughter and I get married, and you chose to hit me in the face with your ashtray! How couldn't that be a crime? I didn't just do it for no reason. You work for the city's public transportation, and that's why I made a clear choice to smack you upside the head with that ashtray. That was my way of protecting my family from thieves like you. I'm sure you understand what it means to protect your family and all, but I was just making sure that my daughter was well protected from a fraud. Protected her? What did I do that was threatening her? A lower-class public transportation worker was trying to take my daughter from me. I never once said that I'd allow my daughter to join someone that low in our society. I have a company to manage and keep, but having someone of your likes in the family would tear it down. I will no longer let you around her, so things are finished here. Now get lost. You understand that I can't just get lost now, right? Excuse me? No matter how much you try and fight me, it'll be no use. I will never allow my daughter to become lower class. Well, if you plan to use that as your only excuse, then you'll be breaking apart our engagement. You'll regret that, Frank. Regret it? You're the one that'll be regretting anything here. I'll make sure that you're full of regrets. If you just thought about all of this, you'd understand why, right? You're a simple transportation worker, and you'll never be able to get your hands on Jenna. If me hitting you in the head with that ashtray has opened your eyes to that, then go away. Then this engagement to your daughter is over. Go away, you low-life scum! And would you please let Jenna know that we're through as well for me? I'm not some public transportation worker. But if that's what you want to continue thinking, then go ahead. Huh? What are you implying here? I can see that explaining myself any further will do me no good. So I'm finished with what I've said. The next time we talk, we'll be in the courtroom. Courtroom? What you just did to me today was assault. I'll have you in court for assaulting me. So prepare yourself, Frank. You think you can sue me with what little money you have? I own a company, Luke. I have a bunch of lawyers at my disposal, so there's nothing you can do to me. Taking me to court will only waste what little money you have left. But let's think for a second. Do you even have the money to afford a lawyer of your own? I'm not sure what your reason is for belittling me this much, but I'm not some public transportation worker. I just gave you a simple explanation of my work, and you came to that incorrect conclusion yourself. I work for the Transportation Bureau for this city. Huh? The Transportation Bureau? I'm sure me saying that is a bit too vague for you, but the work I do is a lot more significant than you have come to think. I have to work with plenty of politicians as well regarding my work. Huh? Politicians? Without having to get too far into detail regarding the exact details, hearing that I work with the government has you pretty excited now, right? But I suppose that happened after all you did to me today. You hitting me in the face with that ashtray will become quite the problem for you here soon. Hold on one second, Luke. What kind of joke is this? Why would the Transportation Bureau be working with politicians? That couldn't be! Stop playing games with me! Well, if you want to continue to believe that I'm joking with you, that's on you. I have a lot of things that I'll need to attend to now, so I must go. If you're still wondering which of us two will be regretting today, I'll help you find the answer. Did something happen with you? Luke, this doesn't have something to do with you, does it? What are you talking about? There has been some pressure coming from somewhere, and it is causing my company to go under. And because of that, my company wants to change its CEO. If things keep up like this, then I'm going to be forced out of the company. What the hell is going on here, Luke? Are you saying this is all due to me hitting you earlier? Well, I wonder about that one, Frank. Excuse me? Tell me right now, you little jerk! I'm asking you a very serious question right now. Even if you're taking things serious now, you're far too late. You did in fact hit me in the face with an ashtray, right? I ended up calling some people I know about that, and they transferred me to people that could really help. Do you now understand the severity of what you've done to me? Even if I do understand now, I'm in hot water! Did you tell my daughter about this as well? Right now she's furious with me for hitting you in the head with that plastic ashtray! Are you wondering why she might be upset with you? You don't have to have any more doubts about it. She's shocked about what you ended up doing and has no faith left in you. She told me that if I can't fix things, she never wants to see me again. Why? She's never acted this way before to me. She's told me that she's not only pissed, but wants to leave you forever. And she has a right to. You hit her fiancé in the face with a literal ashtray. I had to go to the hospital to get help after that. So if you're going to start crying to me to make things better for you, you're already too late, as I've turned in a report of you assaulting me. Huh? A report on me? That's nothing other than a joke! I told you I've had enough of your jokes, Luke! Stop that bullcrap now! I'd never let you report me for Jack! If that actually happened, then I'd really lose everything to do with my company. And that wouldn't only just affect me in the end, but my wife and my daughter as well! Come on now. Even though you want to keep denying the truth, it's already in motion due to your behaviors earlier. So really, no matter what you try and say to me now, your time has come. My time has come? There's just no way! I'm apologizing to you right now so you can put all your games to an end now! Do you really think I care for your apologies now, after you wasted so much time complaining to me? You not only hurt me physically with a literal piece of dirty plastic, but when I got to the hospital and told the police how I got my injuries, they helped me write up that report. But hold on, all I did was get up in arms a little bit too quickly, and that's a good enough reason to involve the police? With how sharp and hard that ashtray was, if you'd hit me in the right place, you could have seriously injured me. Do you understand that? You put all your strength into that blow, and it messed me up bad. Thank God I have a thick skull on me. Please, if you keep this up, I'm going to lose my family as well! At least stop yourself from keeping the police involved! Both your wife and daughter are already fed up with you now, so there's no getting around them leaving you. Huh? Your family already understands that they can't stay near you, and so there is little you can do to stop them. So even if I don't keep the police involved, things will not change. Understand that maybe it is time you take this all upon yourself and be responsible for your actions. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me now? I get it. I'll let you marry my daughter. I'll let you marry my daughter and take her from me. But if you leave things as they are, I'll be screwed. If you can't take my word and marry my daughter now, then what else am I supposed to do for you? Jenna and I are already married, Frank. Huh? But you're not going to be a part of the family. Well, if you're already married to my daughter, then why are you doing all of this? Why do you keep coming at me? I'm not coming at you whatsoever, Frank. Jenna herself is already well into her adult life, and so, if she says she's wanting to marry me, then it's decided. But of course, if you'd just been a bit strict with me and said no, I might have tried a bit harder to gain your trust. However, instead, you chose to be violent and hit me on the head. And so, now your family can no longer trust you, nor feel safe around you. This is all because of your inability to act as a respectable man yourself. And so now, I have to defend myself and my wife from you. Don't you feel like you're taking this too far, though? I want to make sure that you understand what you've done and regret it. And I will not stop until that day has come for you. You're already too late to stop me now, so just give up on trying anything. So now, how do you feel about talking to the police? The police? So then you were serious about that? What is your goal? And I mean your real goal! Do you want my money or something? How much of it? I'll get it for you, so just tell me however much you want! That's it right there, Frank. Huh? What? I do not need your money. And I've said that already before, right? I am not in any way financially struggling, so don't act as though I want anything of yours. Yet all you keep thinking about is money. That's why this has happened. You thought that I wanted to marry your daughter for your money, but that was just not the case. And even if it was, that's no excuse to hit me with an ashtray. Shouldn't this all be something you knew before you had a family? I understand that now. You don't understand. And that's why this is still going on. You just asked me how much of your money I wanted because you still think that's what all this is about. You should learn from all of this, that not everyone on this planet is worried about money like you. Well, it doesn't matter if you learn or not now. I've already got the police involved, and I have the injuries to prove you assaulted me. I'll pay for you to get treated, please! I'm Jenna's father, Luke! I know that. And that's why you decided to hit me, right? Now, I'll be going. Wait a second! Forgive me, right now! And as a final note, you have your answer. You're the one that's going to be regretting all of this. And after that, the police went and took Frank into custody, which to everyone's surprise was easy considering the fact that he was so angry. They then took him to the police station and questioned him to learn everything they could about the report that was filed. And luckily enough, he confirmed it was all true and made things much easier for me. He was also moved out of his position as the CEO within the company, as they knew from me what was going on. And after being taken out of the position, he was offered no package and was fired for going against company policy. And that was by him being a criminal. He also lost all his family and is pretty much in ruin now as he tries to comprehend why this all happened so fast. His wife was out of their house almost immediately after seeing the police take him, and she herself has a lawyer that's working on the divorce. And Jenna stayed to tell him that she no longer wanted him in her life. But then after her final words, she was out of the house as well. During that time, I was working with my lawyer to make sure that I did in fact get money from him after what he had done to me. But as I said before, I was in no real need for his money. And so, after going through court and me winning the case, he gave me $15,000 to pay for both my time in the hospital and for the trouble caused. I took that money thereafter and used it for Jenna's and my wedding, and viewed that money as a present from her dad to help support our marriage. Of course, I did put some of that money into the medical expenses, as I did have to get a lot of tests done to make sure that my brain was okay, as well as having to get stitches for the gash on my head. There was also a small fracture to my skull that I needed to keep an eye on, and that alone goes to show just how hard he hit me with that ashtray. Also, since Jenna has been married to me even before leaving her dad, she didn't have to worry about where to go next after leaving the house, and so she came to my house to live, and never has to worry about her dad again. Ever since he'd lost everything, not much is known about where he went, but I'm sure wherever that may be, he's trying his best to get back on top. But of course, that'll be impossible.
You know, I never knew this about you before, but it so happens that you're 10 years older than me? So we can both agree that that makes you a super grandma now, right? Milani, that's not really the way you should be starting a conversation with me. The fact that I ran into you earlier today really shocked me. I had assumed you'd be a bit younger than you actually are. This means you're 7 years older than your brother, right? That's insane to me. Milani, what are you trying to say about me here? What? You're scaring me by asking what my true intentions are that way. Are you a little upset with me right now? Perhaps a little bit jealous? Jealous? Jealous of someone like you? Why would I ever be jealous of you, Milani? What do you have right now that I don't? Oh, please don't get that upset about the fact that I'm younger than you are and I'm about to get married. I'm sure that someday someone as unfortunate as you will be blessed with something great. I'm really not sure what all of this is about. I still don't understand why you think I'd be jealous of you, especially when I barely even know who you are. Besides that you're dating my little brother. Again, with this trying to act all tough about things when you're really screaming on the inside. I know that deep inside you're really wanting to get married right now, right? I'm sure that every single day you're thinking about it, craving it even. Aubrey, you're 40 years old now, and yet you're still single? There's no way that could be possible for a woman without some very good reasoning behind it. I'm not 40 years old. I happen to be 37, thank you very much. And right now, I happen to be more focused on my career than anything else in my life. The fact that you're even saying that leads me to believe you're never going to find yourself a man to make your husband. I feel so bad for stuck-up broads like you. I am so happy that I was blessed with never having to end up like you, making such a lame excuse as that. Could you please stop talking about me with such a terrible tone? You and I are going to become family very soon here, and I think it's best that we both begin to act nice around one another. So let's both set whatever it is we have against one another aside and make some steps towards being good sisters, so to speak. I honestly have no idea what you keep rambling on about there. This must be what people mean by older women always mumbling to themselves. And you are being so rude to me right now that I'm not quite sure what to even say back to you. By the way, you plan on coming to our wedding as well, right? What? I guess I do. It is my little brother's wedding after all, so I plan on being there. What do you suppose people will think when they see the groom's older sister, who happens to be 10 years older than myself, showing up at the wedding? What do you mean by that? I don't think anyone is going to care about that at all. Do you? I feel that Vincent might be very embarrassed by that, by his old hag of a sister showing up at his wedding. Well, you can stop thinking about how he or any of the other guests there might feel about it. Nobody is the kind of rude pile of trash that you happen to be. Especially my little brother. I understand what you're trying to get at here, though. It's pretty obvious to me that you really don't like anything about myself, and you want to trick me into thinking everyone thinks the same way. But you're not going to trick me any, because I know better than to bother with losers like you. And as for coming to the wedding, I'll be there. I'm the groom's older sister, after all, and there is nothing that's going to stop me. Now, you can look forward to the lack of reactions from any of the guests to my appearance on the day of. It's gross that you think of yourself so highly. I really hope you think twice about coming, Aubrey. You might regret showing up there if you do end up coming. I believe it's only going to be you regretting anything if you keep that nasty attitude going around me. Your girlfriend, or well, I guess I should say fiancé, it doesn't seem that she's too fond of me being your big sister. Have you told her anything about what I do for a career?
I haven't said a thing yet. And why do you think she's not too fond of you? I didn't notice anything going on between the two of you when you both met earlier, so was there really something going on there? Did I miss something? Could it be because you didn't have a lot of makeup on?
I was kind of hoping that she would notice something about me then, especially considering she plays instruments herself. Are you certain that Milani actually plays anything or even knows much about music to begin with?
Well, she told me that she really loves playing different things, especially the piano. But...
Are you doubting her as well?
well, it's not that I'm doubting what she said or anything. I shouldn't be doubting the person I plan to marry, right? It's just that ever since she graduated from that music school, she's been dreaming of becoming a piano teacher. So, as her soon-to-be husband, I have to support her on that.
So you don't doubt her, yet there's something up with her? Well, I guess at the wedding I can just ask her in person about what's going on with her. I'd like to know what school she ended up graduating from as well, things like that.
I really don't want to get caught in the middle of any of that. So you can go ahead and talk to her about it whenever I'm not around. And I'll try my best to keep what you do as a career a secret from her for the time being. I have to consider her pride in all this after all.
Well, as long as not telling her doesn't lead to any trouble, then it's probably the best thing to do. All right, the next time I get the chance, I'll talk with her about her situation. I happen to be planning to put on a fun little performance for the wedding, so I was wondering if I could get your help with it. I hope you're really looking forward to helping me out. I get that you hate me for some reason or another, but you would never use my help as a way of making things between you and I worse, right? By, let's say, bullying me in front of everyone. I think since today is the day of your wedding, we should both just put our hands down and be relaxed with one another. No way. Did I ever say that I hate you, Aubrey? I just feel really sorry for such an old hag not having a husband or a future for herself yet. I'm not sure how you can give me all that crap just then, but say you don't hate me at all. I'm getting the feeling that you're going to try to embarrass me or something, so could you please just tell me the truth about your plan? And if you're still not willing to tell me, how about you just knock all that off and save it for later? Yeah. It's almost going to be your turn, so make sure you're ready for it and do your best. Excuse me? When I'm finished, I would like for you to play the piano. What? The piano? You didn't hear about any of this from Vincent? I happen to have graduated from a music academy, and I am very skilled in all sorts of instruments. I heard about that, but what does that have to do with anything? Well, I'm planning on becoming a piano teacher myself soon. And the reason for that is because I have a lot of confidence in my skill playing the piano. Is that right? And when it comes to you, you're a strong, independent old hag that can do anything for herself, right? So we'll see you play the piano today, right after I'm finished. Although I'm sure whatever you decide to try playing will be nowhere close to the actual music I'm able to produce, and everybody will get to see that. I see. So that's the game you're trying to play now? I'm pretty sure that neither myself or Vincent have ever told you about whether I can play the piano or not, right? You sure haven't told me a thing about that. But you seem to be so confident in being single in your old age, so let's see you play the piano with such confidence. And don't worry, if you can't actually play, then just tell everyone that. Or if that's too difficult for you to do with all that pride, I'll show them you can't play. I think that would be even more entertaining, don't you think? I already know that I am levels above you, so this will be easy as cake for me. I was kind of wondering what all of this would be about. I guess you were planning on using the piano as a way to destroy the confidence I have in myself this whole time? Well, have no fear, because I'll be putting on the best performance I can. You will? Are you sure it's going to be considered your best by anyone here? I think it's better you just tell everyone how bad you are. It'll save all their ears from having to listen to the sounds of a dying cat. And another thing you should do before you get off the stage, as a little extra for me, you should thank me. Thank you for what? You should thank me for ever finding the courage to invite an old hag like you to my wedding. And you should be thankful that I'm asking for your help in this piano performance today. All right, like I said, I'll be trying my best. I can't wait to see your butt being embarrassed. Right after my beautifully performed piece, everyone is going to have to get an earful of pain from whatever crap you try to play on the piano. Oh, I'm so looking forward to the expression on your face afterwards. I have no plans of playing any crap for them. Don't worry about it. Anybody can play random keys on a piano, so you don't have to feel as though you're anything special. If you can't even do that, just signal me over and I can help show you how to sit on the bench. I'm just that kind of caring person after all. I see. Well, I'm looking forward to this performance. What the hell was that? Who do you think you are? What the hell just happened out there? I might not have mentioned this to you before, but I happen to be a professional pianist. What? A professional pianist? And not just a professional one, but a professional one that happens to be known worldwide. However, it seems that you've never heard of me before. Well, we sure showed all of your guests today the difference between your piano skills and mine when I came on stage right after you to play. And let me just say, I believe I'm the one who's levels above you. Shut the hell up! It's because of you that all of this... All of this... what? That all of this planning you had turned upside down? That every single one of your guests applauded me today and I became the star of your wedding? And because of that, you threw a fit and tried to hit me with the wedding cake, but instead you missed me, causing you to fall and land on said cake? And since you did that, your face, hair, dress, pretty much everything about you is all gross and a complete mess. And now the wedding is canceled? Tell me, which one of these things were you trying to blame me for? Screw you, you old hag! I'm blaming you for all of it! It's all your fault that all of that happened to me! The only reason the wedding has been canceled is because my brother had enough of your crap. But I really don't blame him for wanting to cancel the wedding. I mean, look at what you tried to do to his older sister. I'm sure it was hard for you to try and get him to think of you any other way after what all you'd done. Why is all of this happening right now? This is all completely strange. All I wanted was to have the best day of my life today at my wedding, and this is how things turned out? I'm not kidding when I say that everything that went wrong today was because of you. Really? And explain to me why it's all my fault? All I did today was what you asked for. You said you wanted to help with your piano performance, and so that's what I did. I walked on stage after you finished your piece, and then I played mine. You were the one that told me to play the piano, right? And I thought you wouldn't be able to play it. I just assumed you were some overconfident hag that needed to be taught a freaking lesson. Yet you happen to be some world-famous pianist? How the hell could that be the freaking case right now? This is completely screwed up. Well, I'm sorry, but the truth is I'm a dang good pianist. And now that you know the full truth about who I am, I'd like to ask you a question. A question? You want to ask me a question? Did you really graduate from a music school? An academy, like you were saying before? Huh? Milani, I was a little doubtful about you before all of this, but if you really did graduate from a music school, which one was it? What kind, actually? Was it a public school or a private school? From what your mom was talking about a little bit ago, you happened to graduate from a public school. But where you're from, there is no public schooling for music. Not even any universities that offer music majors or minors. Am I missing something here? I never said I went somewhere near my hometown. Anywhere will do, right? And where I went to school has nothing to do with an old hag like you. But according to what I was told by Vincent, you didn't do well in school, did you? So could you please just tell me what school you went to so that I can stop asking you? Shut the frickin' hell up already. What the hell do you plan to do if I do tell you where I went? Why do you have to ask me questions like this when I've already been humiliated enough? Does it really frickin' matter to you that much where I went to school for music? Well, I suppose to myself it doesn't really matter. But had you really gone to school for music, especially for piano, it's a bit odd that you would have never heard about who I am there. What? What are you talking about now? Well, I am known for my music and skills worldwide, right? Yeah, you already said that to me. So what? Do you think I'm just supposed to know about every single person that's played the piano once I've graduated from school? Well, after hearing the performance I put on just then, you should have been well aware of who I am. But since you didn't seem to recognize me from that song alone, that must mean you're an amateur. However, as an amateur, you probably couldn't really tell what song I was playing or if it was any good or not. Are you really trying to say that I suck at playing the piano now? Well, from what I heard today out of you, it's not far off from me to say that you probably should just give up on playing. Do you understand that? There is no way my sister-in-law should be a pianist. Just no way. I never even heard from a single person before today that you'd even played the piano before. How come not a single soul told me about such important information before when I myself play the piano? Not even Vincent told me anything about you. And the reason for that is simple. Because you brag all the time about how you graduated from a music school. And you think that someday you'll open your own school and become a piano teacher. I had assumed with all that confidence in yourself and that dream, you would have known about me from just my name alone. Well, I don't care about you famous people. But even if you don't care about me enough to know my name, you should still be able to know my music. You're not a pianist, Milani, even if you think you can play the piano. Your timing on the keys was sloppy, and the notes you played were off by very large margins. Shut the actual hell up already, okay? Why the hell didn't you tell me any of this before I went out there? All you had to say to me was that you're a pianist. Well, I kind of forgot to say anything to you while you were running your mouth that whole time. Sorry? But honestly, nobody, including myself, wanted to tell you who I was because your pride would have been soiled. Vincent is a really kind soul, so he managed to play along with you so that you wouldn't get upset. But as for myself, I knew from the moment you started talking to me about the piano that you knew nothing. Huh? You knew I was lying? Wait, lying? I haven't been lying about anything. What kind of lie do you think I've been telling? I know that you want to say you graduated from a music school, but by just saying you graduated from one won't help you start a school. And even if you do find a way to start your own school, it will be open for only a short period of time because soon people will begin to realize you lied and will probably try and sue you over it. Do you understand what I'm saying? What? Sue? Sue me? Why would anyone want to sue me? Are you serious? You know why people would want to sue you over something like that. Plenty of families have their reasoning for wanting their children to learn an instrument from an early age. And plenty of those families want to send their kids to someone they can trust and keep around for a long time. If you start getting people that believe your lies to come to your classes, what do you think will happen when they realize they just paid a lot of money for a phony? Do you really think they're going to continue believing that you're a pro and that what you're teaching them is right? The music you played for everyone today is nothing compared to what someone who graduated from a music school can play. I'm telling you. I never thought that I'd be harassed this badly. You're a freaking old hag and are annoying as hell. I don't want to hear another word from your mouth about the things I do. Is that what you want? Then go ahead and do as you please. But don't expect any more support from Vincent on any of that. Huh? What do you mean by that now? Vincent has lost every bit of love he had for you today. Vincent has? There's no way in hell he stopped loving me. The way you acted today really embarrassed him as a man trying to marry you. You really did it today by acting like a spoiled little brat. Everyone's mouths were wide open after seeing what all you tried to do. Throwing your wedding cake at me, all because you couldn't handle the fact that I'm better at playing the piano than you? Do you have any idea just how embarrassed you made him feel today? It's because of everything you tried to do today that things ended up poorly for yourself. That's because you messed with me. Had you hit me in the face with that cake today, you would be facing a much harsher punishment than you already are. People would have really seen the kind of monster you are on the inside then. But I've already been punished more than enough today. I'm just as embarrassed as Vincent is, and for no good reason. I wasn't even thinking that I'd have to resort to throwing a cake in your face today. I was just hoping that when everyone heard you try to play the piano after my performance... You're jealous, aren't you? That's sad, coming from someone who was calling me jealous a while back. I have nothing else to talk to you about. Honestly, I don't even want to be around someone as toxic as you anymore. Someone who thinks it's okay to become that jealous of someone and then act like a spoiled brat when their plan to humiliate doesn't go well. If you and Vincent do still end up getting married at some point, I want you to know that I am not related to you in any way. You already know we're going to get married. Why wouldn't we? Today was my wedding day, and I know Vincent will come around to me. You may have ruined all of it for me, but that doesn't stop him and I from getting married. Back to blaming me for all of that again. Well, go ahead and keep thinking that. Not everyone on this planet was able to graduate elementary school. Have a great time dealing with Vincent later. Wait a second, Aubrey! What? I was just told by Vincent that he's put some more thought into him and I getting married? Is he being serious right now? What the hell are all of you trying to say I did today? I was just trying to be happy, nothing else. Hey now. Stop throwing a temper tantrum and listen. Were you not trying to start something with me today by bringing me out on stage and embarrassing me, all because I'm older than you and still single? I believe you were, and today showed everyone just how toxic and crazy you are. Do you understand that? Aubrey, what should I do about all of this? I thought that I'd finally be getting married today and ended up quitting my job. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now if the wedding doesn't happen and I don't get to marry Vincent. Can you please help me get back together with Vincent? Did you just manage to forget how freaking rude you've been to me all in a matter of seconds? That's kind of scary, and you might want to get that checked out. But let me tell you, you're a freaking brat, and I'm not going to help you out of your own mess. Don't say things like that about me. Aren't you and I both living in the same world together? I mean, you and I are both music artists. You should be wanting to help me because of that. Don't you dare start saying you and I are both music artists. I might be one, but all you are is a fraud who thinks they can one day scam people for their money by faking a pianist. I think the only thing left for you to do is to be real with yourself and say that you can't play the piano and should just find something else to do. Well, it's not like I'm going to be seeing you anymore after this, so who am I to say what you do next? Figure something out yourself. Goodbye forever, Milani. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to play my song to the sounds of a dying cat today, but at least you filled in for that part. In the end, Vincent told Milani that he no longer wanted to marry her, and that was the end of the relationship they had with each other. She also ended up being told by her family that she was an embarrassment to them all, and after they cut ties to her, she had no place to return home to. Milani was left losing her job, her fiancé, and her family all in a matter of days. At one point, she did go to Vincent after they broke up and told him that she never actually did graduate from any kind of music school, but that didn't get a reaction out of Vincent before he started to walk away from her for good. And I'm sure we can all understand what the reason for being silent and walking away was.
I can't believe that my Owen is going to be getting married to someone like you. Good evening, Carla. I know that I'm going to be new to the family, but I hope that I can get along with all of you. I don't see there being any way you'll get along with the rest of us here. I'm thinking that your marriage to my son is going to end up worse than how you think it started. And I would like for you to not even think of me as your mother-in-law when you come around me. Because I sure don't think of you as my daughter-in-law. What? What are you talking about? I'm saying that I do not like the fact that you're marrying my son. I decided that I don't like your marriage today, as a matter of fact. You did? I can understand you being a little uneasy about it, but the wedding is going to be next weekend. Why are you only telling me now that you're against me being married to Owen? I have no reason to be letting my son, of all people, become married to some poor woman like you. What? Did you just call me a poor woman? Like someone that doesn't have a whole lot of money kind of poor? I'm sure you only want to be married to him for his money, right? I've told Owen already to give you up. But that boy isn't bothering to listen to me about any of it. Even still, I'm not going to let the two of you be married for long. It's not too late yet, so I want you to give up on your marriage to him. How does that sound? I'm not going to give up on being Owen's wife. I'm not sure where you're coming from calling me poor. Since when did I ever seem like the kind of person that doesn't have a whole lot of money? If you're worried about something like that, then please relax and know that you don't have to be worried. And you think there's a good enough reason for me to calm down right now? I cannot allow you to continue asking my son for his money. You think I'm asking him for money? Where are you hearing about all of this from? I'm sure you already know the answer to all of that. I think before your wedding with Owen, you should take the time to sit back and think things through again. Because I am most definitely not going to allow you to have that wedding. Goodbye now. I have no idea what you're going on about right now. I'm going to have a word with Owen about all of this. I just had a small conversation with your mom, and she has this idea that for some reason I'm not well off. Did something happen with her to make her think that about me? She was also talking about how I've been borrowing money from you. I'm really not sure where she heard about that from.
I see. My mom is always the type that lets her imagination run wild and really get to her. I think she's just a little confused is all. Perhaps having her one and only son leaving the house after becoming married is really starting to get to her. And because of that, she started to overthink things too much, and that's led to her believing things that aren't true.
So that's what all of this is about? Well, that makes a lot of sense now. I understand how it must feel to have only one child. I'm the same way to my parents, as they stopped after only having me.
But your house happens to be completely different from the house I've been raised in. I'm actually so very happy to have become so close to you and your family, and I'm excited to see them again at the wedding!
What do you mean my family is different from yours? I'm not really sure why you're happy, but I'm glad you're happy being around my parents. So this means we can go on with having the wedding next weekend and won't have to make any changes to it? I wonder if your mom is doing okay. Do you think I should say anything to her about it?
No, you can just leave her be. Let me take care of her and her wild imagination. I'm already used to her and all this crap she has going on, so I can manage it somehow.
I see. Then please and thank you. I would really like for everyone to get along with one another by the time of the wedding, as it would make everything a lot more fun for us. Have you come around to realizing what I've been saying this whole time? I'm happy I waited to come here around the same time you did in order to get you like that. You're never to come around my son and I again, you moneyless whore. Do you understand me? Did you really just go through with punching me in the gut over your thoughts of me not having any money? What the hell is going on inside that head of yours? I never thought that you'd become so bad that you'd resort to violence with me. This is the first time in my life that I've ever had to meet someone as off-putting as you. I'm not going to let you get away with something like that. Go ahead and say whatever you'd like about me. I just want to make sure that this wedding is canceled before it gets started. I'm sure it's not going to be happening now, though, right? You actually thought I'd let my son marry a poor woman like you? I am really shocked by this, Carla. To think that you'd get so upset like that without ever actually coming around to understanding the person I am and what my position is. You're the one who appears to not understand a thing about us. Well, if me having punched you in the gut of yours has taught you anything, it should be about the kind of person you really are to us. So give up. Never come around my son again. I am never going to let a parasite that wants to feed off my son's money have any of it. And I am not going to allow this wedding to go on anymore as his mother. Cancel all of this right now. Is that really what you want me to do? Of course it is. And you're going to cancel it whether you agree with me or not. I'll find a way to get this whole event canceled. Well, you don't have to do that, as I fully understand what you want now. I'll handle the wedding and have it canceled for all of us. So please, just stay away from me as I go and do my thing. I'll be making sure all those that are already here know to go home, and then we won't have to disappoint any more of our guests today. And as for Owen, I'm no longer going to be bothering with him. I don't want to see you ever again, Carla, so this wedding is off. Are you happy with all that? If you can do all that for me, then I'll forgive you for ever laying your filthy hands on my boy. Tell him he's no longer your husband and cancel all of this. And never appear in front of our faces ever again. Understood. I am completely fine with all that. And just to make sure he never talks to you again, I'm going to have him block you on his phone. Actually, better yet, could you be so kind as to block him on your phone as well? I don't want you to even talk with him anymore, because the next time you do, I'm not going to be as calm as I've been today. Understood. I will do everything and all that you ask me to do. But can you promise me one thing before I go? What is it? Never come around me again yourself, you awful criminal! What did you just call me? Now I'll be going. Have a good one, Carla. Hey, why aren't you answering your phone right now? You have been getting calls from both me and my son all day long. Hurry up and answer one of us right now. I have no reason to be talking to you both anymore. You told me to block Owen's number on my phone, right? So I did just that and haven't noticed any calls coming from him. This is what you wanted me to do, right? This is not about any of that. This is about me making a huge mistake. Is that right? Did you finally go and listen to what your son has been saying to you? That's probably why you're freaking out right now and have been trying to get in touch with me again. You learned about who I really am. Owen has always known about who I am, but you never seemed to care like he did. He and I have been doing our best to hide the real me in order to protect myself and the wedding. But recently, things with you have been really out of control, haven't they? Well, you were finally told by Owen who I really am, and that happens to be the daughter of a very wealthy CEO. So, He really wasn't lying to me. Why did you guys choose to never tell me the truth? Had one of you just told me sooner, then I would have never started calling you some moneyless whore like before. The reason I didn't tell you is in order to keep those that try and come after my family's money away. Keep them away? But if you had told me about your true position sooner, things like yesterday would have never happened between us. What do you mean by things like yesterday? You're telling me that if you knew I was the daughter of a CEO, you would have never punched me in the stomach? Oh, that's right! Is that so? So then what you're telling me is that in your mind, it's okay to go around punching the poor? Gotcha. You are one hell of a monster, Carla. You don't have to sit there calling me a monster. It's rude. Well, now that I've had time to talk with both you and Owen, there's no longer a misunderstanding between all of us. Do you think you guys can have your wedding next weekend? Excuse me? What the hell are you going on about now? Well, yesterday we had that wedding of yours canceled without any thought, but now that I've had a chance to learn about the real you, I think you and Owen can have that wedding next week. How does that sound to you? What are you talking about? Owen and I are not together anymore. I did everything you asked me to and I blocked Owen for good. Well, that's not a problem though. You can unblock him now and get back to being a couple. I would really like to think of you as my own daughter now, so please start talking to him again. What? Your behavior has done a 180 and now you want me back together with Owen again? What do you want out of all this? Let me tell you something, Carla. Your son was the one who wanted to be married to me for my money. Owen wanted you for your money? I had made sure to hide a lot of things from everyone about my family. But he went ahead and took a delve into my family himself. And after seeing that my family happens to have a lot of money, he went wild and started spending all the money he had on things he never really needed, thinking I'd be there to bring in the money after the wedding. After he learned that I'm the daughter of a CEO, he wanted the two of us getting married as soon as possible. Well, I found out about all that not too long ago, and I am pissed. Well, your wedding being canceled and all that has really pissed Owen off as well. He's so upset with everything right now that I can't manage to calm him down any. He even came after me, his own mother, and hit me, causing me to feel some real pain. So please, Stacy, you're the only one who can stop my son from going on this rampage after losing his wedding. Please don't tell me that you don't want to be married to him anymore. Geez, you both are complete idiots. What? I have nothing to do with any of that now, and you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled in the first place, right? I was just being kind and obeyed your commands yesterday. You should be thankful that I listened to you and everything went to plan. But this is not at all what I had planned on. I was confused at the time and didn't know a thing about the real you, Stacy. And at the time, I had really wanted to be married to him as well, but things started to feel off about things with him. And before I knew it, I could tell that he wasn't with me out of the love he had for me, but something else. But after having you go on and on about how I was the one wanting to marry him for his money and later punching me in the gut over it, I realized what was really going on. I'm going now. Wait a second, Stacy. I made a big mistake. I made a terrible mistake and started to just assume you had no money. And because of that terrible mistake, you assaulted me. Perhaps the apple really doesn't fall that far from the tree then. I assumed that all that money that my son was having to pay was because of you and not him. I'm his mother, and I never wanted to believe that it was my own son who was going out and recklessly spending his money. But I know the truth now very well. He's been the one spending all the money. And he was hiding all that from me as well. Luckily, though, one of my dad's employees found out about his debt. I am so sorry for asking you to cancel your wedding like that yesterday night. But now that we're all open about things and know the truth, let's have that wedding for real this time. You said that you're the daughter of a CEO who's very well off, so having a second wedding should be a piece of cake, right? Do you think you can hurry all this up and put together another wedding for you and Owen? What kind of games are you trying to play with me today? What? How many times am I going to have to say this in order for you to understand me? Things between Owen and I are over. Things are over? What the hell do you mean, though? I'd like to ask you a lot about that as well. What the hell do you mean with all of that crap? Owen and I are finished. It's over. He and I are no longer a thing anymore. The wedding was canceled yesterday, and he and I are no longer going to be married. No way. Oh, were you and him not going to get married to one another over the feelings you both had? We had planned on being married based off our love for each other, but those feelings I had for him are long gone now. All because of you, Carla. That wedding was supposed to be a huge deal for my family, and my dad was putting in $100,000 to make sure it was perfect for Owen and I. What? But because you wanted it canceled so badly that you would punch me, it went bye-bye. Isn't that wonderful? Wait, $100,000 for that wedding? What the hell? Do weddings like that really cost that kind of ridiculous amount of money? Well, they do when you're the one and only daughter of a very successful CEO. He thought that was the perfect amount to spend on my wedding. But my dad was against me getting married to Owen for a long time before the wedding came about, so I'm a bit surprised myself that he was willing to spend that much. At first, he would always get on about me finding myself a better man, but no matter how much he tried to turn me away from Owen, I wanted to be married to him. Owen was the man for me, and I wanted to be his wife. But in the end, we learned a lot about you and him, and things changed. I really should have listened to my dad a bit more and gave up on Owen. But it's all in the past now. I think quite the opposite, actually. I think that Owen would be the perfect man for you. I think you being married to him would be the best thing for everyone. Well, whether you want me to be with him now or not, you were the one that ruined the chances of me ever being his wife. I'm glad that things ended up this way for everyone. So, you're being serious about not marrying my son then? And you're saying it's all because of me? You might think of it as being your fault, but I'm thankful for what you did. I've been trying to apologize to you for all that, though, about what happened yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'm asking you to please marry my son for me now. If you don't take him as your husband, who knows what he's going to do to me? Well, I couldn't care less what he has in store for you. And hearing that he's being violent towards you really makes it so that I don't want to be around you both. What a joke of a man he is, being violent with his own mother like that. One other thing. Since you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled, and it was, in the end, for your sake, there is going to be a fee. Canceling a wedding doesn't come free of charge, so someone's going to have to pay up. What? There's a cancellation fee? And all of that, you're going to have to pay for. And there will also be the money I get from you for assaulting me yesterday as well. Wait a second. How much more are you going to make me suffer for all of yesterday? Well, I'm not doing all of this in order to make you suffer or anything. I just want you to have to think about everything you've done to me yesterday on my wedding day. Do you think what I've been telling you has all been wrong or something? Am I not allowed to fight back at you after you punched me in the gut? You're not wrong about anything, but don't you think you're going a bit too far with all of it? I'm just acting in a way I find perfectly fine after what's happened to me. And since you did assault me, the police are going to have to get involved in handling that. I hope you're ready for when they come looking for you. Stacy, calm down, please. I'm so very sorry about all of that. Just calm down now and think all of this through again. I'm very calm right now. And this is all the outcome of me thinking about it with a level head. Perhaps you should have been thinking a bit more yourself before you acted out. And so, with all of that, I'd like for you to have your son back, you moneyless idiot. In the end, the relationship between Owen and I really did come to an end. And in his anger because of it, Owen went ahead and forced his mom to have to pay for all the things he bought. A little while after that, I was introduced to a very outgoing man who my dad set me up with to make sure he wouldn't be into me for my money. We are planning to get married really soon and move into a house that we'll be buying with our savings instead of relying on all my dad's money for it. Unlike the life I'll be living now in happiness, Carla has been left with a lot of money that she now owes to many different people. And it seems the only hope she has for herself now is to find a job and start working for the rest of her life. I think she really should have thought her actions through a bit more before acting on them, but it's too late for anything like that now. I just hope that with this new road she's going to be on, there is no more physical fighting between her and her son.
I heard that you haven't been taking care of the house at all. You should either take care of the household chores or go find yourself a job. As Harold's wife, you should do what is expected of you. If you don't, my son is going to leave you and you're going to have to move out of the house.
Did you come over to our place again without telling me? I've asked you over and over again not to come to our house unannounced. I would appreciate it if you let me know beforehand.
Melanie, why do you have to be so bossy all the time? The house belongs to Harold, and as his mother, don't you think that I have the right to come over as I please?
I think that the house belongs to the both of us. Harold and I are married. Please don't treat me like I'm Harold's accessory. Harold and I are equals.
I just don't understand why you're so hostile towards me. I know what you're thinking. You're only after Harold's money and assets. As his mother, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you.
I don't know why you're so paranoid. I'm not after Harold's money. You've got it all wrong. And I'm sorry to say this, but Harold doesn't have much money or assets.
What do you mean by that? If Harold really doesn't have much money, it's because you spent it all. You're exploiting him.
I don't understand where you're coming from. Why are you messaging me anyway? What do you need? I'm still working, so if you don't need anything specific, I'm going to go now.
Harold told me that you don't do any of the household chores, which is why I've been coming over to the house when I can. I've been making him dinner. I prepared many things today so that it will last a while, and so that Harold doesn't have to worry about making his own dinner. I made the meals for Harold, so please don't eat them yourself.
You really didn't have to go through all that trouble, but thank you anyway. Harold has a lot of time on his hands, so I'm sure that he has more than enough time to help out around the house and cook meals himself.
How can you say such a thing? Harold works until midnight every day. You don't seem to understand that he works really hard. I feel sorry for him. He works hard and then his wife spends all his hard-earned money. What you're doing to him is truly unforgivable.
I think this is all a big misunderstanding. I'm not using any of Harold's money. It's the other way around. We're both living off of my earnings. I think it's about time you saw the truth about your son. He's not as perfect as you think. You should sit down and talk with him.
Harold told me not to take your words seriously.
Did he really say that to you?
He did, and I believe what he tells me. I'm not going to allow you to continue to live off Harold's hard-earned money. He deserves better than this. How about you try to be a better wife to him?
I'd like to say the same thing to him. Harold hasn't been a very good husband to me.
Harold works until midnight every day. What more do you want from him? Don't you care about his health and well-being? You should treat him with a little more respect.
Okay, fine.
If you agree with what I'm saying, you need to start behaving the way that I want you to as well.
I realize that this is just a waste of time to keep on talking to you like this.
A waste of time?
I'm busy with work now, so please stop messaging me. Bye. Oh, and please let me know in advance the next time you plan to come over to our house. Why didn't you come home last night? Were you working through the night?
That's right. I just got off work, so I'll come home in a bit.
I know that you let your mother come over to our house again. I asked you to tell me when she comes over. Why did you try to hide it from me?
I wasn't hiding anything. Besides, why do I have to let you know every time my mother comes over? She's my mother, not some stranger.
Even if it's your mother, I like to know in advance. I don't like people showing up at our house unannounced.
Well, it's my house too. I don't always have to follow your rules. It's my mother. You have nothing to worry about. Why do you care so much?
I don't get along with your mother well. I'd rather she not show up at our house. Let me know the next time you plan on having her over.
Okay, whatever. By the way, I need some money. Will you give me some, please?
Why? What happened to the salary that you earned?
It's not payday just yet. I have a couple more days to go. I need some money before then, so please.
You'd better not go gambling again with my hard-earned money.
I won't, I promise. You got nothing to worry about.
I think that I have every reason to be worried. I won't forgive you if I find out later that you used my money on gambling.
I need $1,000.
I am not going to give you such a large amount of money. I'd like to make some time to sit down with your mother and talk, the three of us. I can't continue to go on like this.
I need to go. Later. Just leave the money that I asked you for at home. I really need the money.
Are you even listening to me?
I felt so bad for Harold, so I did the best thing that I could for him as his mother. Please don't try to control him anymore.
What?
I realized after going to your house a couple of times, Harold needs me more than he needs you.
I don't understand where this is coming from. What are you talking about?
I want you to pack up your things and move out of the house. I can't have you living off Harold's anymore like some parasite.
You're not making any sense to me right now. Tell me what's going on. I need you to explain it to me.
You guys are divorced now.
What the hell? Why am I hearing about this from you and not Harold?
I found the divorce papers at your house, so I took the liberty of filing them for you. It's what you wanted, right? Seeing that you had the divorce papers filled out and ready.
Does this mean that you went into our bedroom and went through our stuff? How could you? You're right. I did have the divorce papers ready. I knew that things with Harold and I weren't going well, and I wanted the option of ending our marriage if it ended up being the case.
Well, I filed them for you, so there's no need for you to worry about that anymore. You and Harold are back to being strangers now. That's why I'm asking you to pack up your things and move out.
I cannot believe that you filed the divorce papers without asking our permission. What you did is ludicrous. I didn't expect you to take things this far.
Well, I couldn't bear to see Harold so unhappy in his marriage anymore. You should be grateful that Harold put up with you for so long and let you stay in his beautiful home. It's now time for you to leave.
I don't understand why you're so self-righteous. Are you sure that you made the right choice here? Harold is going to be the one to suffer if I leave him. I'll be just fine on my own. You're going to regret the fact that you filed those papers.
I'm not going to regret anything. It was the best thing for Harold. Don't you know how much Harold makes in a month? His monthly salary is $10,000.
Are you sure about that?
I'm the one preparing all of his meals right now, and if you stop taking his money, his entire salary will be mine. That's why we're both happy to see you go. I don't know why Harold married you in the first place. You didn't do anything for him, and all you do is spend his money. Now hurry up and leave our house. I want you out of here ASAP.
Okay, fine. I'll move out as you wish. Good luck to the two of you then.
We don't need any luck. We'll both be very happy without you.
I was surprised to know that you filed the divorce papers without consulting us first. But I'm looking forward to your reaction when you find out the truth about my marriage to Harold.
What do you mean by that?
Let me just say this. I'm thrilled to be moving out. Thank you for filing the divorce papers.
It was my pleasure. Now, please leave. Harold and I are both so excited to start a new life without you.
Well, good for you. It was nice knowing the both of you. Goodbye.
Melanie, may I have a word with you? There's something that I want to check with you.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say to you. Bye.
Wait a second. There's no need for you to be so rude to me. It's about the rent.
What about the rent? The lease agreement has been changed over to your name now, so there's really no need for you to involve me.
Yes. When did you change the name of the lease over to me? You could have told me about that. Why was the lease in your name in the first place? Shouldn't have been in Harold's. And why change it over to my name and not Harold's? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, Harold works part-time at a convenience store. He's not qualified to put his name on the lease agreement.
What? I didn't know that Harold worked at a convenience store. What do you mean by part-time?
You said that you wanted to talk to me about the rent. Are you going to tell me that you can't afford to pay the rent or something?
Yes, that's right. How did you know? Do you know why there's no money in Harold's bank account? It just doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense to me. Harold doesn't have any real money, which is why he doesn't have any savings. But it's not something to get all nervous about. I think you misheard Harold's salary. You seem to think that he makes 10 grand a month when it's actually $1,000 a month.
What do you mean?
Harold works part-time at a convenience store, and the maximum he makes a month is $1,000. Sometimes less than that. What made you think that he made 10 times that amount?
I bet you're lying to me. Harold's salary can't be that low. Otherwise, how would he be able to afford this house? Besides, I've seen his payslip before. I don't think that I have the wrong number.
Oh, so you looked at the payslips then. I get it now. The payslips were mine, not Harold's. You just assumed that they belonged to Harold. Well, you were wrong.
Those payslips were yours?
Yes, that's right. I was the breadwinner. I work in the sales department of a global firm, so my pay is very high. That's why we were able to afford the house that you're now living in. The rent is around $2,000, which is twice what Harold earns in a month. I knew that Harold wouldn't be able to pay the rent once I moved out, which is why I put your name on the lease agreement. Don't tell me that you quit your job.
This is all new to me. I didn't know that you were the one making all the money. I can't believe this. How are Harold and I going to pay for our living expenses then? There's no way that the two of us can live off the $1,000 that Harold brings in each month. I thought he made 10 times that amount, which is why I quit my job. And I just finished selling my house.
Did the proceeds from selling the house get wired to Harold's bank account by any chance?
Yes. Is that a problem? I'm not good with money, so I had Harold take care of it all. He was more than happy to.
Well, I bet he's gambled all that money already.
What?
I have a stable job, and I have no money troubles like Harold. I didn't need him in my life to live happily. Harold used to have a good job, but then he embezzled some money and got caught. He was penniless after he paid the company compensation for the damages caused. He was also fired from his job, naturally. After that, he started gambling and borrowed money to go to casinos. Now, he has a lot of debt. When we were still married, I helped him out with his money troubles, but now that we're strangers, none of this is my concern.
Why am I only hearing about this now? When did Harold start gambling, and why didn't you tell me?
Well, he recently started working at that convenience store, and I thought that he was trying to better himself, but he's been going to casinos in the mornings when he isn't at work. Basically, he's using all his money on gambling. He hasn't changed his old habits.
Casinos?
You were so proud of Harold for working so late at night. But it's just at a convenience store and he isn't making the kind of money that you wish for. Harold isn't working long hours. He's simply in charge of the night shifts at the convenience store. I work much harder than he does and I get paid well too. I'm sure that there are college students out there that are making more money than Harold. I wish you the best of luck with everything.
It seems that I had it all wrong.
That's what I've been trying to tell you all this time, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I'm sorry that I didn't take you seriously before. I'll pay more attention to you now. So would you please forgive us and come home? I realize how much you've been doing for Harold and I. It would mean a lot to me if you moved back in with us. And I'd really appreciate it if you could help pay the rent of this house.
Why in the world would I do that after the way you treated me? No way! It is too late to try to be nice to me. I know that it's just an act and that you're only after my money. I already moved into a fabulous new place and I am very happy living on my own. I can't believe that I used to live with Harold. Life on my own is so much more comfortable and enjoyable. I should have divorced him sooner instead of waiting for you to file those papers. I'm very grateful to you for filing those papers though, so thank you for taking care of it.
You don't need to thank me for that. It'd make me much happier if you got back together with Harold. You used to be married to him. Don't you worry that he doesn't have enough money to live off of? I don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pay for everything? You need to help us. Melanie, please.
Well, like you said, we're strangers now, so I don't think that I can do anything for you. You told me that I was a parasite and that I should move out. I took your advice and moved out. Shouldn't you be satisfied with that?
Asking you to move out was a mistake. I take it back. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me and move back home.
I'm sorry, but it's just too late. There's not anything you can say to change my mind. Please figure things out with Harold. I'll stay out of your life like you wanted me to. Goodbye now. Harold is a new parasite in your life. Enjoy! After her conversation with Melanie, Helen confirmed with Harold that Melanie was telling the truth. And as Melanie had predicted, Harold had already spent the proceeds from selling Helen's house on gambling. The money was gone. So Helen no longer had the money to buy back her old house even if she wanted to. For obvious reasons, Helen and Harold were not able to afford the rent of their current home and had no choice but to move out. They even had to pay a penalty fee to the landlord because they were late in paying the rent. Helen and Harold ended up on the streets, and although Helen had hoped to live a happy life using Harold's money, she ended up living a life of despair. It doesn't seem like it would be easy for either of them to get stable jobs. Mia, what's this about you coming to visit this weekend? I don't remember giving my permission for you to come. What do you even want? This isn't a holiday coming up, so there's no reason for you to lounge around my house. Don't you understand that you are just a stranger? You can't just pop by every time you feel like it. You should be more considerate about other people's convenience, you know. Stranger? I get that you don't like me, but I've been married to Tom for 3 years now. You could at least accept that I'm your daughter-in-law. Anyway, it's not like I decided that I wanted to visit either. I already know that my presence bothers you, so if I could avoid going, I would. I'm just visiting because I've been invited to come, and it would be rude to keep on declining. Can't we at least be civil for the sake of the loved ones around us? Tom says that he wants to watch the baseball game with his dad, and I'm just tagging along because Ted wants to see me too. Is it really that big a deal? I would understand the overreaction if I was bothering you every weekend, but I've tried to keep my distance in my own way, and have only gone to visit when Ted really insists that I come see you both. Even then, you still make a fuss about how I'm being so selfish and how I'm in the way. In the first place, I don't understand why you hate me so much and what I've done wrong. I've tried to be as sympathetic as possible, but to be honest, it's getting really tiring.
The problem is that you don't know your place. I don't like the fact that you act as though you're part of our family when you come to visit, even though you don't belong here. You need to be more aware of the fact that you are just a stranger. And yet you come to my house, eat the food I've prepared as though it's all a matter of course. Even though the food I have made is meant for family, not for outsiders like you. It annoys me to no end that you think you can waltz and lounge around my house as though it's your own. I don't understand the nerve. How on earth your parents raised you, I have no idea. But they've clearly failed to raise you into a responsible and considerate adult. I wish I could give them a tip or two about how they should have brought you up, but even if I did that, it's much too late. No amount of discipline can change your horrible attitude now.
I think it's weirder that you refuse to accept me as part of your family, even though I'm married to your son. I thought marriage was supposed to bring people, two families, together. Not make me feel as though I'm unworthy of being treated equally. What do you expect me to do? I've offered to help out with the cooking before, but you refuse to let me touch anything as though I'm contaminated or something. So what should I try next? Bring my own packed lunch when we're supposed to be having a family dinner? Should I sit on the floor instead of sitting at the table when we're eating? If that'll please you, I'd be happy to do so. It'd be a lot easier to do all those things instead of having to suffer the silent treatment and glares you give me. But I'm sure that doing those things will raise a lot of eyebrows among the other family members that are attending, and Ted is much too kind to let me do any of that. So I think your only choice is to accept that I'm family and try to get along with me like I've been trying to do with you. Let's be civil, for Tom and Ted's sake.
Why can't you understand that your defiant attitude is the problem? You're always so sarcastic and bossy, and it gets on my nerves. You need to show more respect towards your elders, especially to the mother of your own husband.
If we're talking about sarcastic and bossy, I think you'd win by a mile.
That's the attitude I'm talking about. You should listen to yourself speak. I've never met someone with so much cheek. On top of that, you're always turning up with Tom and getting in the way of our family time. Why can't you let him come home to visit by himself and leave us in peace? Don't you feel guilty for coming between a mother and her son? Honestly, the way you act tells me that the only thing you think about is yourself. You are a selfish woman, and I knew it was a mistake to let Tom marry you.
I know that you don't want me visiting, so I try and avoid going as much as I can, too. But whenever I say that I can't make it to a dinner or a gathering, Ted always offers to change the date to one that's more convenient for me, saying that he wants everyone included. If you want me to stop coming, I hope you understand that you'll have to explain why I can't come to your husband first. Unlike you, he actually treats me like an actual daughter and wants to see all of us together. The more I say no to Ted, the more he worries that I don't feel welcome, which is actually true, but of course, I don't have the heart to tell that to his face. He's not the reason why I don't feel like I belong with you at all. And Melissa is a great little sister. She is the best sister-in-law I could have ever hoped for, and she seems like she's really fond of me too. I consider you all an important part of my life with Tom, and I want to spend time with Ted and Melissa too. I don't see why there's a problem with me visiting every now and again.
I'm telling you that you're not just visiting my home. You're getting in the way of my quality time with my family. You should be more aware of the trouble you're causing us. You're just a stranger, so don't act so friendly with my husband and daughter. You can't seriously think that they actually like you. They just say all those things because they have to keep up appearances. You don't even understand that, do you? So you think that you can barge your way into my home on the weekend? Don't make me repeat myself. You don't belong here. You've got nerve, thinking that you have the right to invade our personal space.
I understand that you really aren't listening to anything I say. And don't even care to try. If you really don't want me visiting your home this weekend, I'll try and figure out a way to avoid it. I'll have to talk to Tom, and he'll most likely be disappointed that I can't come with him. But I'll find a way for him to visit without me going with him. He was saying that he might want to drink while watching the game, so I was going to go with him so I could drive him home, but I guess that's out of the question.
Don't talk about him like he's a child. He can get there without your help. And of course he can drink all he wants. He was living here until he left for university, and his room is still available for him to sleep in. He can stay the night. This is Tom's home, not yours. It's a matter of course for him to come home, but there's no space for you to stay. I don't care what excuse you make, but I don't want you coming here. I don't remember giving birth to you, so I have no obligation to treat you like a daughter. You may be married to Tom, but that doesn't make any difference. I never liked you, and don't plan on trying. My son deserves much better, so if anything, he should just stay here where he belongs, not with you.
I don't remember being raised by someone so overbearing either. I understand that you love Tom, but I love him too, and he chose to marry me, so you should respect his wishes too. I think that includes wanting us to get along.
I don't care about your reasoning. Tom clearly isn't thinking straight if he's chosen to spend the rest of his life with a woman like you. Anyway, I don't want you coming this weekend, but don't you dare talk to my husband behind my back. You'll regret it.
How am I supposed to explain the reason why I can't come if I don't talk to him?
You don't have to tell him. Just don't turn up. It's that simple. I don't know what you did to make him like you so much, but I'm sure that doing something like that will make it easier for him to realize that he made a mistake to trust you. It's been annoying seeing how doting he is of you, and I wish he would see that you're no good for Tom. I don't want you saying a word to Ted about anything I've said. I'm warning you. It'll be a pain if he starts thinking that I'm bullying you, or being mean when I'm just trying to fix that warped personality of yours.
I think anyone would agree that you're bullying me if they saw this conversation.
What did you say? I have done my best with you, and you dare say that I'm bullying you? You're such an ungrateful young woman. Really, what does Tom see in you?
No, it's nothing. I know that you're doing your best. Anyway, I'll talk to Tom about this weekend, so please don't get that upset. I won't talk to Ted either, and I'll have Tom give him an excuse for why I'm not with him. I understand that it's difficult for you to like me, but I'm trying my best to get on with you as well. Tom wishes we could be closer, but if we could at least accept each other's importance to him, I think it could be easier. Well, I'll have Tom let you know what happens. You know the trip to your parents' house we were planning for this weekend? I think I'll pass after all.
Huh? But I thought we already decided we would go together. Why did you change your mind all of a sudden? Did something come up at work? If it's not work, could you reschedule whatever it is for another day? I already told my dad that you're coming, so I can't tell him that you changed your mind. You know that he's really fond of you, and he'll be really disappointed if he hears you can't come this time either. And you know that it's important we see them this weekend.
I know he is. And I'm really happy that he's always so generous towards me. He and your sister always make me feel like I've actually joined your family, and I love them like my own family too. It's not work. It's just that your mom found out that I'm coming with you. And she started messaging me again. Your mom doesn't make any effort to change, even though I'm doing my best to be really patient with her. I think it's best to just keep my distance and let her have her territory. It's pretty obvious that I'm not wanted there, and I can't enjoy myself, let alone relax, if she's always so cold towards me. I want to get on better with her, but no matter what I do or say,
She's always so critical and finds a problem to complain about. It's worse that she gets so jealous about me talking with Ted and Mel so normally.
Don't let her bother you so much. You've got all of us backing you up if she ever crosses the line. And besides, she's all bark and no bite. At the very least, she's been pretending to get along with you when you're with all of us, hasn't she? She cares too much about appearances to make a fuss in front of Dad.
Yeah, that's true. She's always making nasty comments when she messages me, but her personality changes completely when I meet her in person. It really makes me feel uneasy. And it makes it even more difficult to show you how horrible she really is to me. It's like it's all just my imagination until we leave and she starts messaging me about the things she must have been bursting to complain about.
You can always show me your conversations, you know. It'll make it easier for me to tell her to stop if I know exactly what she's saying to you. I don't know what she always messages you about, but she must just be craving attention. I know that you've already spent a lot of time trying to get to know her and find something you have in common, but she probably needs more time to accept that she doesn't have me to herself. She was always really overprotective of me, and now that she's feeling lonely, she's probably taking it out on you. That's not your fault, and it's wrong of her to do that. So if she does say anything when we go this weekend, tell me. I'll stop her, and won't let her say anything to you. So don't worry. You don't even have to talk to her. You can spend the day with me and Dad, and Mel will be there in the evening, so you can have her stick with you too. Also, I was hoping that we could take it easy and have a few drinks, so we might end up spending the night. Do you think you'll be okay with that?
What? You want to spend the night? No way! Even if there was a 1 in a million chance I'd be okay with it, there's no way your mom would be. Tom, I don't want to stay the night. I can already imagine the mood she'll be in the morning, and the way she'll grumble about the crease on my PJs, or that I used too much toothpaste, or that I didn't wake up early enough to help with making breakfast. I can't get anything right with her.
Please, Mia, I'm begging you. It's the first game of the season, and I don't want to miss it. Dad and I have been looking forward to this for months. I want to watch until the end, and I'll be drinking, so I can't drive us home. It'll be easier to just stay the night. Please? I won't make you come with me the next time I go to visit. You just have to visit this time, so we can give them the news.
I'll go. But I'll drive us home. That's what I always end up doing anyway. This time is no different to every other visit we've made.
You know why I don't want to make you do that. You'll be just as tired as I'll be. Maybe even more because of my mom's attitude, and because you're moving around for 2. Plus, the game might continue until late, and by the time it's over, it'll be pitch black outside. I don't want to risk anything, especially not now. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I know why you're worried. I don't want to risk anything either. Alright, then will you promise me this? If your mom starts picking a fight, will you please come between us? I don't think I can handle any more stress from her. Even if I try and ignore her, she just starts name-calling and accusing me of being disrespectful. So you've got to stop her before I actually lose my temper with her.
Of course I won't. Leave it all to me. Even if she's my mom, I can't let her keep on hurting your feelings like this. She's got to understand that you deserve her respect too.
Thank you, honey. If you're that sure, then I'll trust you and I'll just focus on announcing the news on Sunday morning. Are you an idiot? What the hell is wrong with you? I think that's my line. I can't believe you would do something so stupid. I always thought that the way you were so two-faced towards me was off, but I never thought you would go this far. I hope you understand that I am never going back to your house ever again. I never want to see your face. I'm going home. Go home for all I care. I'm glad you finally understand. You were never welcome here in the first place. There's no place for you here. Not for a woman like you, who thinks that she can use this house like it's her own home. You've got the audacity to lounge around my house. Who do you think you are? You better leave while my husband and son are still watching the game on TV. Honestly, there's something wrong with you. How you can walk around like you own the place is beyond me. Excuse me? You're the one that's got something wrong with her. Do you even realize what you've done? What did you say? How dare you speak to me like that? I deserve respect. I am your husband's mother. You can't talk to me like that. Take that back right now. Respect? You think you deserve respect after the way you've treated me these past few years? After what you've done tonight? Respect is something that everyone deserves. But you don't even want to respect that your son chose to marry me. You don't even treat me like you should treat any acquaintance, even though we're supposed to be family. All I did tonight was try and use the bath, and you got mad and punched me in the stomach. You think I owe you respect? All you get is a restraining order with an attitude like that. There's something wrong with the sense of entitlement you have, and it's clear to anyone that you're in the wrong here. Maybe you should calm down and think about what you've done, and you'll realize that you've messed up. While you're at it, why don't you think of an apology? If it's sincere enough, maybe I'll rethink the order. Oh, now you're showing your true colors. I let you talk, and all you do is insult me. Apology? Why should I be apologizing to you? I haven't done anything wrong. You're the one that tried using the bath in my house, even though you're a stranger, without permission. What's wrong with me stopping you? It's my house. Without permission? I only tried using the bath because Mel said I could use it before going to bed. I would never barge into someone else's bath without asking first. I was offered it. Also, I've used the bath in this house before, and you didn't make such a big deal out of it then. And stopping me? With your fist? You can't just ask me not to use your bathroom like an adult? I would have just gone to bed without a bath if you had asked nicely, since I'm not as childish as you are. But instead, you came into the bathroom when I was changing, grabbed at me, and punched me. What is the matter with you? I can only think that you've got some serious issues that you need to sort out. Have you ever considered taking anger management classes? Because I'd be really grateful if you could start taking them. If I had asked you not to use the bath, then it would make me seem like I was the bad person in that situation. You would have gone to complain to my son and husband that I was being mean to you and act like the victim. Don't you understand something that simple? You're completely at fault in this situation regardless. I can't believe you could have done something so unacceptable. I can't take dealing with you anymore. I've been really patient with you, Sophia. But you've been way too horrible and much too rude. I'm not going to take any more disrespect. I don't think anyone can blame me for being so angry. To be honest, I don't think anyone could blame me if I hit you back involuntarily. But unlike you, I don't believe violence is the answer. I want you to be able to understand that what you did was wrong, and I would never be able to do that if I had acted on impulse and stooped down to your level. Excuse me? I'm at fault. Even though you're the one that used my bath? How many times do I have to tell you that you're just a stranger in this house, and you don't get to use this house like the rest of us do? What's so bad about me disciplining you for not listening to what I said? You're like a dog that peed on the floor. You need to be taught a lesson. A dog? My God. You're going to regret ever having said that, and ever having punched me. What? Are you threatening me? What are you going to do? What on earth do you think you can do? I'm really pissed off right now, so you better not test me. I'm going to tell your entire family what you did. There's no way Tom or Ted or Melissa will want to stay with you after they hear what you've done. I'm going to get my revenge for the way you treated me, and you're going to be a very lonely old woman. Oh, really? Try it. There's nothing you can hold against me. They're my family, and there's no way that they'll choose you over me. I came first. Ted's my husband, and Tom and Melissa are my children. They'll support what I did, and they won't ever side with a stranger like you. Do you know why? Because they're not your family. You're just a stranger. This is my house and my family. I come first. You know what? I've had enough talking sense into you. I'm going home. But you better prepare yourself. I'm not going to forget about this, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I've had enough of keeping quiet about the things you've said and done to me up until now. I thought it was best not to say anything so that it wouldn't ruin your relationship with Tom, but you've gone and blown it up yourself. When he finds out what you've done, you'll be sorry. I don't think we'll ever meet again. Goodbye. Mia? Mia, answer me! You've got to come back. Where are you? Hurry up and get back here, right now, Mia. Would you please stop messaging me? I'm ignoring your messages for a reason, and ordering me around isn't going to help anything. I have no obligation to listen to anything you say to me. Actually, I never had any obligation to, so you should be thankful that I was so reasonable up until now. If you're going to complain about the stuff I left there, I'm going to go and collect it when I go to pick Tom up. So would you please give it a rest? I don't want to see you, and I don't even want to talk to you. So if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Wait, Mia, you've got to come back. You've got to come back right now, or I'll get kicked out. Stop pouting and get back here. Hurry up. Why should I come back? You say that I'm pouting when I'm rightfully angry with you for punching me, and you have the nerve to think that you can order me around? Why should I do anything for you? You haven't even apologized for what you've done. As long as you think you haven't done anything wrong, I don't feel comfortable talking to you. What? You expect me to apologize to you? For what? Why should I? You're the one that should be apologizing to me for making me the bad person. Oh well, that's a shame. If you don't even want to try apologizing, there's no reason for me to come back. I guess it's difficult for someone as self-centered as you to understand when you've done something bad. Well, it's not like I would have forgiven you that easily after everything I've had to suffer. The best thing for me to do is just keep a distance and prioritize myself. I've got to put my physical and mental health first. Who the hell do you think you are? You think I owe you an apology? And you say that you wouldn't have forgiven me anyway? Since when do I have to ask for your forgiveness? I'm your mother-in-law. You owe me respect. If I tell you to do something, you should shut up and do it. So shut up and come back right now. I'm ordering you. How many times do I have to tell you before you listen to me? You're the one that told me to get out, remember? I was happy to do as you said then because I didn't even want to look at you, but now I don't have to listen to a word you say. I don't have to listen to anything you order me to do, especially if everything you say is contradictory. You contradicting yourself just shows how unreasonable and selfish you are, and I've had enough of it. I'm not coming back. I know that I'm contradicting myself, but I really do need you to come back or I'm in a lot of trouble. You've got to help me, so come back. My husband's angry with me. He says that if I don't get you to come back, he'll kick me out. But why? I don't understand. Why is my husband siding with you? He should be agreeing with me. He's my husband. You must have seduced him. I know it. You're capable of doing something disgusting like that. It's the only way I can make sense of why he's so fond of you. Seriously? How much more nonsense are you going to talk? First of all, when he said to get me to come back, I think he meant for you to apologize. Second of all, I have not seduced your husband. I think the main reason why he's so fond of me is because I've been helping to pay the loans on your house. And because Tom and Melissa also sided with me too. What? I've been paying the loans for the house you've been living in. I think that means that it's pretty much my house. Though of course, I don't want to think of it like that. I don't want Ted to feel that he owes me anything. But no matter how much I tell him that I don't want him to make a big deal out of it, he's too kind. I think that explains why he's always favoring me and wants to treat me to dinner at your house. That's why he treats me especially well, and why you might thought it was strange that he was favoring me. But I haven't seduced him. You should think a little more before making ridiculous accusations like that. What? You mean that you're the one that's been paying for the house? The house I'm living in? This house? Are you being serious? Ted had some problems with his business a year or so ago and was in a lot of debt. It was too much for him to handle the loans and the debt all by himself. So Tom and I spoke with him, and I offered to pay the loans on his behalf until he clears up his debt. He said that it would take a few years for him to pay back the debt, but he promised that he would pay me back. So it was decided that I would take over paying for your house. Ted himself insisted that I use your house as if it were my own home, and I think that's why he wants me to visit more often, so I can relax and put my feet up. Unfortunately, it's had the opposite effect. But he never told me that he had gotten into debt because of his business. Why wouldn't he have told me? I bet you're just lying to make me feel like I owe you that apology. Why should I believe you when Ted hasn't told me himself? I never knew anything about his business failing. I'm not lying to you. If you don't know anything about your husband's business, that's your problem. You've got to talk to Ted about that. Or maybe Ted felt that he couldn't tell you. I don't know. It just shows that there's a lack of trust in your relationship with your own husband. Oh, that reminds me. You were saying something about my parents not raising me properly earlier? Well, I'd like to say something more about that. I think you've met my parents before on several different occasions, and you know what kind of people they are and the work they do. You know that they own a company, and that I'm helping out with running it. I should let you know that they're the reason why I was able to help Ted out with his financial problems. You owe my parents just as much as Ted does, and yet you insulted them in their child-raising methods and insulted me. I would never hold this over Ted, but you've gone way too far with your attitude. I didn't know. Yeah, and I'm sure that your attitude wouldn't be any different towards me even if you did know. But regardless of what my parents had done for you, you should have never treated me like that. I just want you to know how much you've embarrassed Ted by acting like such a selfish child towards me, someone he feels he owes so much to. Do you finally understand why Ted's so angry with you? I don't blame him for making you apologize and ordering you to get me to come back to the house. I do. So will you please come back? Now he's angry about me punching you. He's been shouting at me why on earth I thought violence was the answer. He won't calm down, no matter how much I tried to explain what happened. Why does he even know about me punching you? He and Tom were watching the game when that happened. I thought he wouldn't realize. You thought it would be okay as long as he didn't realize? How naive can you get? I called Tom and told him what happened. You're going to answer for this. What? Why would you do something like that? Now it really does look like I'm the bad person here. Stop playing the victim and tell them what really happened. Tell them how you are flouncing about acting like you could do whatever you like in my house. All I did was punish you for that. I'm pregnant. Excuse me? I'm pregnant. You punched a pregnant woman in the stomach. That's why I left in a hurry, so that I could go to the hospital and see if everything was okay. Why wouldn't I call Tom and tell him what happened? Do you understand how serious this is? You're lucky that I didn't have to call him to tell him that I had a miscarriage. If I lost the baby, I would have come back to the house and torn you apart. But now I know everything's okay. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going anywhere near you. I didn't know that. How was I supposed to know? You never told us you were going to have a baby. It's not my fault. If I had known you were pregnant, I would have never punched you in the stomach. I swear! You've got to come back! But you would have punched me elsewhere, I guess. Whether I'm pregnant or not, you shouldn't have punched me. End of discussion. Tom and I were planning on announcing the news tomorrow morning after breakfast. That's why I thought I should endure the night to get the announcement over and done with, because we wanted to tell you all in person. But that's impossible with you. Punching me was your choice and your mistake. It's all your own responsibility, and you've got to pay for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Ted decided he wanted to have a divorce. Tom says that his dad is pretty upset, especially because he had to find out about his first grandchild like this. Ted would never ask me for a divorce. He wouldn't do that. We've been married for over 20 years. I know he's upset, but that's because he doesn't understand. If he listens to what I have to say, then he'll understand. He won't even look at me, and he keeps on moving rooms when I go near him. I'm just waiting for him to calm down before I try to talk to him again. Until then, would you just come back? I'm sure he'll be in a much better mood if he sees that I've managed to bring you back. It looks like this has all been a big misunderstanding. So if we could just talk this all through, I'm sure we can get along. Get along? Even though you won't apologize for punching me? I don't have anything to say to you. You're a danger to me and my baby. That's all I have to say. A danger? Mia, you're overreacting. I didn't know you were pregnant. I wouldn't have done anything if I knew. I don't care. Say all the excuses you want, but there's nothing that will make me change my mind. You should think about what you've done and think about how wrong it was for you to punch me, regardless of whether I was pregnant or not. I've tried a lot these past few years to talk things through, to just obediently do everything you say and keep my distance. But no matter what, it hasn't been enough to get you to accept that I married your son. I don't think that I have the time or energy to waste on you anymore. I'd rather put all that into raising my baby into a person that respects other people. Up until now, you've done a good job of hiding your true nature from your son and husband, but now you revealed everything to them yourself. Now you'll just reap what you've sown. All the things that you've said to me, the chores you forced me to do and complained about, the insults, they're all going to come back to haunt you. Don't say that. We can talk about this. I'm sure that we can be good friends if we just try and meet each other halfway. You can't give up on having a good relationship with your mother-in-law like that. I didn't know you were pregnant, but I'm so happy to hear such good news. I want to hear more about the baby. When did you realize you were pregnant? When the doctor thinks it's due? Please, talk to me. And I'm grateful that you helped my husband when he needed it. I didn't know, but now I do. I'm aware that we owe you so much. I was wrong about you for being a terrible daughter-in-law, and I want us to get along. Please, this is all just a misunderstanding. I want us to be friends, so please, come back and let's start over. You can't just ignore me forever. I want to be part of your lives and to help take care of the baby when it's born. No, thank you. You don't have to be that stubborn. You've got to understand that I'm making an effort to reach out to you. And what about the effort I've made up until now? You didn't think much of that, did you? Besides, even Tom has had enough of you. Neither of us thought that you could go this far, so it's not his fault, but he's shocked and ashamed that you could have hit me like that. He's upset that he didn't realize before it happened, but now he's realized that he needs to make his priorities clear. He agrees that I shouldn't come back there. So stop messaging me. We don't want anything to do with you. I'm sorry. I really am. I'll apologize as much as you want me to, so please don't cut me out of your lives. You finally feel like apologizing? It's too little too late. That punch was the straw on the camel's back. Goodbye, Sophia. I don't want you coming near me or my family, and of course that means you can't meet your grandchild. But I guess you must be really glad that it turned out the way you wanted it to. Now we really are strangers. In the end, Sophia not only lost the chance to bond with her daughter-in-law, but she also lost her own son, who announced that he wanted to cut ties with her. She also lost her chance to meet her first grandchild. No matter how much she begged him, Tom refused to tell her when the baby was due, and he left his parents' house before she could ask anything more. Ted was furious that she hadn't apologized to Mia properly, and demanded a divorce. He was ashamed that she could have treated Mia so badly and criticized her for not making her feel welcome. He wouldn't listen when she cried and wailed at him to forgive her, and only said that as long as Mia couldn't forgive her, he didn't want to even look at her. Their daughter Melissa had heard everything that happened from her brother, and she was appalled that her mother could do something so low. She was told that she didn't deserve to stay in the house that Mia had paid for after the way she treated her, and ended up being kicked out of the house by both her husband and her daughter, and was told to never come back. The night she was kicked out of the house was the coldest night of the year, and she had nowhere else to go, so she used all the money she had on her to get to her son's house in the hope that she could talk to Mia again. When she turned up on their doorstep, they refused to let her in and told her to leave. She begged them to at least let her use their bath so that she could warm up after coming so far. But, unsurprisingly, their reply was negative. They both answered that they didn't want to let a stranger use their bath, and Sophia was shut out of their home. She cried and pleaded with them to open the door, but nobody would come. I don't know what she expected. It was her own fault for the way she behaved towards Mia, and crying wouldn't fix anything. The only thing Sophia could do now was reflect on her actions. As for Mia, the doctors let her know that the impact of the punch didn't have any effect on the baby, and assured her that the bruising she had would disappear in a few days. A few months later, she gave birth to a healthy, beautiful baby, and her family and Tom's family all celebrated the birth with dinner at Ted's house. Unfortunately for Sophia, the invitation to see the baby never came.
Hey Rhea, are you there? I just wanted to know what you were thinking being out this late. I mean, do you have any idea at all what time it is right now? You really need to start taking more responsibility for your things. Your room is just a complete mess, and you still aren't home to clean it up at all? Honestly, just what are you thinking? You do realize that now that you're married, it is your job to make sure that your house is kept nice and tidy, don't you?
Oh, hello, Ashley. I'm sorry, but what is all of this that you're talking to me about right now? That's an awful lot of text to get through, and I'd appreciate it if you could just tell me what's going on.
Well, I took it upon myself to visit my son's house and see how he is doing with his new wife. And imagine my shock when I walked inside and realized the state of the house that my poor boy is living in. Just what do you call this mess, huh? I mean, this is your home. You really ought to be taking better care of it, don't you think? How can you even accept living like this? It's just ridiculous. What is the matter with you, Rhea?
I'm really sorry that you were upset at the way our house looks when you came over unannounced, Ashley. But the fact of the matter is that I'm very, very busy with work these days, and so I can only do what I'm able to. But the other thing you should know is that basically all of the mess in our house was caused by Sam, so I shouldn't be the one that you talk to about this. After all, I'm only ever able to do a little bit of cleaning during the few spare hours that I have on the weekends. I wish that I could do more, but I just don't have enough time in the week to dedicate to keeping my house clean.
You don't have enough time? Do you have any idea how obvious it is that you're just making up excuses for yourself right now? Listen to me. The matter of fact that you are married now, you're someone's wife, and you need to get that through your head. I mean, you may be working now, but your primary job should be taking care of the house and your husband. You do know that, don't you?
You think that my first priority should always be to keep my house clean and serve my husband? I'm sorry, but I'm just not sure if I agree with that at all. Besides, if Sam has any complaints about the way that we're living, he hasn't said anything to me about anything. So I think that I must be doing enough for him as things stand, or else I'm sure that Sam would have said something to me by now. So while I do appreciate your concern about the state of Sam and I's marriage, I really think that there's nothing to be worried about at all.
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all, do you? None of what you said changes the fact that you are married and have different duties than before you were unmarried.
I understand perfectly what you're saying, Ashley. What I'm saying is that my marriage is between my husband and you don't get to make demands of me.
I'm not talking about Sam at all, so you quit bringing up and trying to use him as a shield to hide behind, okay? I'm doing my duty as your mother-in-law to make sure that you are taking care of my son and doing your job as his wife. You think that Sam knows how to judge whether or not a wife is doing what she should be doing? Of course not. That's why it's my job as your mother-in-law to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Because it is obvious to me that neither you nor Sam have your expectations set correctly, and it is my job to make sure that you learn your duty as my son's wife. So quit telling me, bringing up my son, and tell me that the messes are his, or that he doesn't have any complaints. You don't get to badmouth your husband ever. Do you understand me?
So I suppose I should just keep my mouth shut, wait on Sam hand and foot, and let you tell me exactly how my marriage should be going?
You really have got some nerve talking to me like this, do you know that? I knew that you were going to be no good for my son, but I didn't know that you were going to be such a brat. And even now, you're just out on the town having fun and completely shirking your duties to your husband right now. You don't tell me that you're doing all you can when you're out partying right now.
And just who said anything about me being out partying, huh? You are making that up entirely in your head, Ashley. I am out working right now, if you must know. I told you that I'm busy, and I meant it.
You really think that you can just tell me that you're working and have that be enough for me to believe you and leave you alone? I'm not going to allow myself to be fooled by you at all. There is no way that you're working right now, and I'm not going to fall for your little lie.
I am not lying to you one bit, Ashley. If you don't want to believe me, then that is on you, but don't you dare call me a liar. I have a second job that I have to work at night for, and I have to work this in order to contribute to our family's expenses. That is why I am always too busy to do things like clean the house or do the laundry. I am just too busy with my jobs to be able to do the housekeeping on top of that.
There you again, making up all kinds of excuses just because you don't want to admit that you're a failure of a wife who needs guidance from her mother-in-law.
I already told you that I am not making excuses, Ashley. Why are you acting this way towards me? I just don't understand where you get off.
You know I didn't just show up to your unannounced. If you must know, it was Sam who called me over actually. He told me that his place was a complete mess and that he needed me to come over right away. He told me that he can't stand living like this anymore and wanted my help. Can you believe that your husband feels so alone and hopeless about his living situation that he turned to his mother and not you? Don't you think that tells you a lot about what you need to know? But then he asked me not to mention a word of any of this to you because he actually thinks that you're kind and caring, if you can believe it. He didn't want you to know a word about this, but I was not going to sit back and let you just slide by without realizing just what you're doing to your poor husband.
So that's what's really going on here then, is it? I really don't know why Sam just couldn't have been a little more patient with me. I already told him that I would clean the house as soon as I had a chance and that there was nothing to worry about at all.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all. You really expect me to believe that you were ever going to take care of this mess? If you were going to do it, then you would have done it already. That much is obvious to me. But now it's clear that you need to be taught about what being a good wife means. You are a lazy slacker who is taking advantage of your husband, and I'm not going to allow that any longer.
Are you even reading a word from the messages that I've been sending you? If you're not even going to listen to what I'm trying to tell you, then I think this conversation is over. I am going to have a little chat with Sam about all of this and let him know just how I feel about you coming into our house and criticizing me like this.
I really just can't believe that you're doing this again, Rhea. When are you going to learn, huh? I mean, do you really think it's okay for you to be out this late when you're a married woman? Don't you realize the damage you're doing to your marriage by being this selfish? You're just a stain on my family as far as I'm concerned.
What is it now, Ashley? What could you possibly want? What is it that you're messaging me about now, huh? Because I am getting sick and tired of getting these kinds of messages from you.
I just mean that every single day this week you have been out all night doing who knows what, and you are completely ignoring the work that needs to be done at your house. You really are such an irresponsible girl, and you need someone to teach you a lesson. But I have been over with this every week, and I can't even say that I'm disappointed in you anymore.
Hold on a second. Have you really been coming over to our house every single day this week? Why are you doing that? What are you doing that you need to come over to our house so often? And if you're going to be doing that, I would really appreciate it if you'd message me beforehand about you coming over. Although if you really want to know, I have made sure that the house is much, much cleaner than it was a few days ago.
Actually, the reason that I've been coming over is try and see how you're doing. I just need to know whether or not you're still someone who deserves to be married to my son.
Excuse me? You can't be serious about that, right? Are you really saying you're coming over to try and inspect me or something?
I'm just doing what any good mother would and making sure that their son's wife is up to the level that she should be. Is that really so wrong?
Did you really just ask if that's wrong for you to judge your son's wife? Yes, of course that's wrong.
Well, that is what I was afraid that you would say. Although, just from the times I've come over and the conversations we've had, it's clear to me that you are, in fact, not good enough to be with my son. But you should also know that I've taken it upon myself to throw away all your belongings from here, so you shouldn't even bother coming back home here. Now that you spend any time in your own home anyways, you're always out doing who knows what. You really ought to be ashamed of yourself. I mean, do you think this is any way for a married woman to be acting? Don't you feel bad for your husband at all? I'm sure that there are a million other women out there who would be a much better match for Sam.
Hold on a second. Did you really just tell me that you threw away my stuff? Please tell me that you weren't serious about that. Did you really do that?
Of course I did it. You think that I would lie to you about that? Unlike you, I'm not all talk. I act too.
For the last time, I am telling you that I am not out partying or whatever it is that you think I spend my nights doing, Ashley. I am literally working my second job that I need to do in order to support the two of us. But you took my being out of the house tonight as a sign that you could just throw away all of my things? How could you do that to me? What is the matter with you?
What is the matter with me? I want to know what the matter with you is, that what you think you can go run around doing whatever you want at all hours of the night. I only did this because it was obvious that you weren't going to be changing your night-crawling ways anytime soon. I tried to warn you, but you just wouldn't listen to me. You gave me no other choice but to take matters in my own hands.
Have you been reading a single one of these messages that I've been sending you? Why is it like I'm trying to talk to a brick wall when it comes to you? I have told you over and over and over again that I am not going out at night to have fun or party or see friends or anything at all like that. I am out every single night because I am busy working. Don't you get that? I am working to support my husband and I, in fact.
I don't care how many times you repeat the same thing over and over and over to me, because I know that every time you do is nothing but lie. You're a liar, and you're making my husband work all around the clock so that you can do whatever you want. You just want to take advantage of Sam and have him pay for your crazy lifestyle. Admit it. Or don't. I don't care. It doesn't matter at all to me anymore. Know that I've thrown out all your stuff. You're not welcome back to that house anymore. Do you understand me? You are on your own from here on, Rhea.
Well, okay then. I guess you can go ahead and wish Sam good luck when he only earns about $300 a month.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? Why would you say that he only earns $300 a month? What on earth are you talking about?
You know what? I am not going to go along with this conversation anymore. I don't even know why I waste my time with you to begin with. In fact, I already am starting to feel as if a big weight is being lifted off of my shoulders now that you've kicked me out. It's like I'm finally free. I'll even do you one further and tell you that Sam and I are going to be getting a divorce now. Go ahead and let him know that we are through.
Now you hold on there for just a moment. You and I aren't through here until I saw that we're through. Now you rewind and tell me exactly what you meant when you said that he only makes $300 a month. That doesn't make any sense at all, and you will explain yourself right now.
You mean you're finally starting to listen to what I'm trying to tell you? Well, it's about time. Actually, I think it's a bit late if you really want to know. But if you want to know the truth about what's going on, you would be better off asking Sam yourself. Got it? All I've done is tell you the truth about what I've been doing, but you just refuse to listen to me. But the facts of the matter are that I haven't been the one going out and partying every night. That has actually been your son.
Hold on just a moment there. You must be getting the number wrong. There's no way that my son is making such little money. Surely you meant to say that he's earning $300 a month, right? Did you really think I was going to fall for that lie? How dare you keep trying to shift the blame for everything on my son? You have really got some nerve. Just what is even the point of doing that, huh? What do you think you have against him that you need to keep lying to me about you too?
You want to talk about trying to shift the blame onto people? You were the one who threw away all of my stuff to try and get me to end things with Sam, right? Well, guess what? You've won. Congrats! You're going to get your way, and Sam and I are going to get a divorce. You did it! I hope that you're happy, because I never ever want anything to do with you or him ever again as long as I live. Now, good luck supporting Sam when he makes so little on his own, and whatever happens next, leave me out of it.
Ria, are you there? I was just hoping that you and I could chat about something really quickly. I tried calling you earlier, but you didn't pick up. Are you busy right now? I really do need to talk to you about this.
I am busy, and I don't want to hear your voice even if I wasn't. If you have something that you want to say to me, you can type it out here, thank you very much.
Ria, come now. Why are you acting this way towards me? We're family, aren't we? You should know better than this.
Family? Us? That's very rich. But no, we're not family. Just hurry up and tell me what you want already.
Well, the thing is that I talked to Sam about you moving out and all, and the divorce.
I really hope that you told him the part where you threw away all of my things and basically left me with no other choice but to leave.
Well, the thing is that Sam and I were talking about all of this, right? And I mentioned to him about what you told me with his lack of money and all, and well, it's true.
I know that. I was the one who told you about that in the first place, and you just kept insisting that I was lying to you, remember? Is that what you came to talk to me about? Because I've already told you the whole truth, and I don't have anything else to say to you. I was honest with you through and through, and you just refused to listen to me.
I know, I didn't listen, but I didn't believe it. I was sure that there was some kind of mistake going on, but then Sam explained it all to me, and it was only then that I realized you were being honest with me.
Well, I'm glad that you've learned that I've been nothing but honest with you over this, but just how many times did you make me explain this to you? You didn't listen to me. You didn't believe me. You ignored all that I was trying to tell you. This is all your fault. So I really have no idea why we're even talking right now.
I thought that you were spending all your nights out of the house partying or something while Sam was working hard to fund your lifestyle. I was just trying to be a good mother and protect my son. Surely you can understand that, right?
I understand that I explained the truth to you over and over again, and you just never listened to me at all. But I don't see how any of this has anything to do with me at all now.
I know, but you can just stop all this and go back to the way things were, can't you?
What do you mean, go back to the way things were? You mean you want me to pretend like none of the past few days happened? You can't be serious about that, right?
I just mean that Sam is so upset with me right now. He's really, really mad. He keeps going on about how it's my fault that you want to leave him. Because he's telling me that he doesn't want to divorce you at all. He doesn't want any of this to be happening. So please, can we just pull all this silliness behind us and go back to the way things were? I realize now that I may have made a mistake here.
You really are one of the most selfish people I've ever met. You know that? I mean, you were the one who threw away my things, and now you want me to come back?
Oh, don't worry. I did my best to get back as much of your stuff as I could. Of course, I sold a lot of your clothes, so those are gone forever, I'm afraid. But I have a bunch of boxes in the house with your name on them. If I return your things to you, will you please not leave my son like this?
Oh, well, thank you so much for getting my stuff, but the answer is still no. We're going to get a divorce, and that is final.
Please, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I can't take off my son. I thought that was going to be your job from now on.
Ashley continued to blow up my phone, and I finally had to tell her that I was going to block her and that she would be hearing from my lawyer for what she did with my things. Even Sam began to reach out to me and beg me to come back, but even he gave in and signed the divorce papers finally. The next month, he wasn't able to afford rent in our old place and was forced to move out. He told his mom that since this was all her fault, that he would be moving in with her for the foreseeable future. As for me, after Ashley threw away my things, I moved to a new place and didn't tell either of them where my new address was. Although I have heard through the grapevine that Ashley and Sam are fighting every single night as Sam refuses to get a job and demands that his mom pays for everything. It seems like she's finally realized what a lazy leech her son is, but I'm afraid that it's far too late for her to do anything about that now.